want to go to your best offenses. Some fascinating numbers here. Guys, you can find this at Kelley Ford Ratings on X. Also go to KFordRatings.com. When you look, and I'm bringing this up because we're headed into the new era, the 12-team era. This is your numbers from, the college football playoff era starting at 2014. And to give context, scale 0 to 150 is considered FBS average. Oklahoma, Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon, and USC. That's your top 5 offenses in the last 10 years. Ole Miss down there at 7th. I want to get to some surprises on here, but for those that think, again, and I know a lot of people are going to go right back and beat me over the head with this and say, yeah, but Oklahoma played in the Big 12. This is why, even under Brent Venables and what they have on their staff, you look at what they did last year. I mean, Oklahoma, over the span of, Bob Stoops, Lincoln Riley, right at that end of that transition up until now, number 1 offense in the country over the last 10 years.
Yeah, Jake, it's been incredible, the offensives that have been in Norman the last 10 years, as you pointed out. And to the argument of, because I hear it too, well, they played in the Big 12. Well, who'd they play? Well, what about those defenses they played? You hear that really regardless of the data that I'm presenting, you'll get somebody or some group of people that will say, yeah, but strength of schedule. Yeah, but opponent's face. Probably the most helpful thing to know about my numbers, the thing that I'm most proud of with the numbers, is they are opponent adjusted. So I am taking into account, before I ever present any data, I am taking into account who you played, where you played, and by how much you won or lost those games. So when I say when my data says Oklahoma over the last 10 years has had an average offensive Kelley Ford rating of 96.1, that essentially means Oklahoma over the last 10 years, on average, every single year weighted the same. I'm not weighting last year more than 2014. It's just the way I chose to do this exercise. They all count equal weight. But Oklahoma over the last 10 years has averaged an offense in the 96.1 percentile of all college football teams. Like, that's how you can interpret this number that you see on the graphic next to each team. Alabama at number 2, 94.9. So over the last 10 years, they've been in almost the 95th percentile of all college football teams, again, on average, on the offensive side of the ball. So anybody who kind of comes at you, Jake, and says, well, yeah, but they played in this league, but they played against those defenses, that's been adjusted to account for that. So I feel good about those opponent adjustments. You said Ole Miss there at number 7, another one your audience will care about. Mississippi State came in at number 24 for me on the best offenses of the CFP era. So it was a fun little exercise, Jake. It's something that I needed to do to give myself a break, honestly, from all the data crunching that I was doing trying to prepare for the 2024 preseason B1 ratings coming out. I just needed to take a pause from all of the returning production calculations, roster scraping from websites, and just kind of say, okay, what can I do for fun that's still college football related? I'll take a look at the offensive, defenses, and special teams of the last 10 years.